China and Russia have delayed a U.S. effort at the United Nations to impose sanctions on 5 North Koreans in response to recent missile launches by Pyongyang. The move by Beijing and Moscow came before a closed-door UN Security Council meeting on North Korea on Thursday, the second in 2 weeks after Pyongyang fired tactical guided missiles this week. The U.S. had already imposed sanctions on 5 North Korean individuals linked to the country's ballistic missile program, but had wanted the UN to extend sanctions to those same 5 people. China and Russia, however, placed a hold on the proposal, putting it in limbo since the block period can last for 6 months. The United States immediately expressed its displeasure, saying that failing to mete out sanctions was like giving a blank check to Pyongyang.
We have these sanctions for a reason. And for any member state to oppose putting sanctions on that have been agreed to by the entire Security Council gives, in my view, the DPRK a blank check, as I said before.
7 council members, the US, Albania, Brazil, France, Ireland, the UAE, Britain and Japan, said in a joint statement that the launches demonstrated Pyongyang's determination to pursue weapons of mass destruction at all costs.
The DPRK's unlawful behavior is a threat to international peace and security. These launches demonstrate the regime's determination to pursue weapons of mass destruction and ballistic missile programs at all costs, including at the expense of its own people. Albania, Brazil, France, Ireland, Japan, United Arab Emirates, and the United Kingdom and the United States call on our fellow council members to be unified in condemning the DPRK for its acts in violation of UN Security Council resolutions.
North Korea has already carried out 4 missile tests this year, the first being on the 5th of January. 2 of the launches were hypersonic missiles, and another test last Friday used a pair of short-range missiles fired from train cars. Since 2006, North Korea has been under strict UN sanctions, all of which seek to curb the country's nuclear and ballistic missile program. While the Biden administration has tried to engage with Pyongyang, its attempts have been unsuccessful, and North Korea has continued developing its nuclear program in violation of UN sanctions and despite the country's own worsening economic situation. In fact, according to Pyongyang's state-run media, the country was preparing for a long-term confrontation with the United States. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un presided over a meeting of the party's Central Committee's Political Bureau. In a likely reference to Pyongyang's nuclear and ICBM programs, the meeting gave an instruction to a sector concerned to promptly examine the issue of restarting all activities that had been temporarily suspended. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.